apparently this topic keeps coming up, and I'm excited about it because, as you guys know, I'm a big 007 fan, and I'm also a Chris Nolan fan. And if you put those two together, magic happens. Wouldn't you agree, Charles?
Yeah. So if y'all don't know, suddenly, after all of the fanfare about where the Bond rights are going, they ended up at Amazon. Everybody's panicking. What's going to happen? Are they going to take it seriously? Suddenly, it is now known that he is a top contender for directing Bond. It is obviously no secret that this man wanted to direct Bond. It is obviously no secret that we all want him to direct a Bond film. So, with most Snyder fans here having Henry Cavill being in the running for to play Bond, I think that's like the perfect matchup right there. So,
I
yeah.
wonder. Do you think if Nolan were to do the job, do you think he would cast Henry or he would pick someone else?
Maybe. I mean, it depends, man. I mean,
because I'll be honest.
I say this.
Go ahead.
If no, so we got to remember what Nolan does when he casts. Generally, he loves the people he works with. Obviously, he's going to go to that caliber and do his thing. However, it's not out. It's not out of the. He doesn't cast. He doesn't listen to Twitter. He doesn't do that. He picks the people he picks based off of their acting ability, their acting chops, not how they look generally. Obviously, if you want to play, they're playing a specific part, they got to look the part. But in general, he's looking for people with excellence when it comes to acting ability. So he makes those choices very carefully. So you're not going to see him popping up all over the internet.
Well, he doesn't have social media. So
there you go. Right. Exactly. He doesn't do that. He's old school. Him using practical effects as much as possible should tell you what this man is about. That's just real talk. So he's not gonna be doing that. But with that being said, would it be awesome if he decided, yes, he knows who Snyder fans are. He know we love Henry Cavill as Superman. It would be a trip if he said, boom, I'm going to cast Henry.
Oh, and he knows all the shit that happened down in WB with Zach.
Yeah.
And Henry.
Absolutely.
So he's aware of everything. So if there was one time where he would, appease the fans, I think this would be this one exception. Yeah. If he doesn't do it, I'm not going to hate him for it because the man is also an artist. This is the GOAT. This is the director of the 21st century. This is our Steven Spielberg of our time. And whatever, this man has earned the right to do whatever he wants, however he wants, and pick whoever he wants. So I'm not going to put a doubt in this man ever, because all he has done is give us hit after hit after hit after hit.
And you see how the studio treats him, bro. You see how other studios treat him, especially the one he's with. They're like, he comes in and he's like, I'm gonna make this. They're like, cool, go do what you got to do. What? Look, why are you telling us? You still standing here? go make your movie.
Yeah. How much you need? You need X amount? Okay, here's the check. Go.
What you need, bro? Just go do what you got to do. That's how studios should be, and you will get what you need. Christopher Nolan had to work. He worked his way from that little black and white movie that he made. What the heck was it called? Following, yes. Memento. And from there he just took off,
Memento,
dude. And I kept an eye on this dude, man. I was like, Memento was a pretty trippy movie, man. If anybody hasn't seen it, look, it's been long enough. I'm sorry, but basically it stars Joey P.
Pierce.
Joe Pantoliano, from The Matrix, from Bad Boys, obviously. that film follows a guy who is trying to figure out how his wife was killed, and he has what they call retrograde amnesia. So he has to write all the evidence down on his arm because every 24 hours he loses his memory. So he's writing evidence and things that have been happening all over his body. And I won't tell you the how it ends, so to speak, but that film is a trip because the way he shot it just like the guy having retrograde amnesia. He shot it backwards. And it's a trip.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But have you noticed that that's Chris Nolan's style of filming now since then, because he always does different takes. And you can tell also when he does it. You notice in Oppenheimer when there were scenes in color and other scenes in black and white.
Yeah.
So he goes back and forth. So yeah, no, definitely. Listen, like I said, this man, he's gonna blow our freaking minds next year with the Odyssey. And we did. Yeah, it's confirmed now that Tom Holland is Telemachus. So so I'm pretty sure Charlize Theron is going to be Penelope. I'm betting that, and Athena is going to be Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
So guys, any Bond fans out there here in the chat, please let us know. Are you guys excited about this? You guys have any interest in the Bond? Because I know James Bond is more old school, and it's been hard to like grab the younger generation to embrace this IP. Hopefully now, if Nolan gets the job, because let's face it, Charles, Nolan's gonna blow. You know what? I'm gonna make a bet right here, right now, and all you guys can hold me accountable. 1.5. That's the box office of the Odyssey. 1.5 minimum.
Okay.
Minimum.
Really?
Minimum. I'm betting on Chris Nolan. This is his biggest movie of them all.
All right.
All time.
All right. Now hold on. Let's talk about history here, and let's okay. Now we're talking about selling a film that a lot of people they're when it comes to reading and comprehension and literature and all this other kind of stuff. Oppenheimer, like I said, Oppenheimer got really, really close. Okay. But now see, we're talking about something older. Understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know. My money would be on maybe a little higher than Oppenheimer.
So
that's where I'd put it.
Okay.
I would put it close to a bill.
Okay. Yeah. So you think it crosses the bill?
I think it might hit a bill. It might.
Okay. You think it'll hit a bill? I say it'll hit around 1.5. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Because again, this is the biggest budget. He's never had a big budget like this. I mean, I think the Dark Knight Rises, but that's whatever. That's different. 2.2
because you're talking about trying to appeal to
because he's appealing
to students of not just like film and theater and all that, but students of history and mythology and we are obviously, but can he reach a mass audience who knows anything about Homer, who knows anything about that poem, who knows anything, you know what I mean? I mean, you get glimpses of it in movies like Troy with what was his name? Brad Pitt. You got Troy, you got certain just a little bit of stuff there. But to tell a full, story like this from the Odyssey, are they going to understand, is there an audience for that? That's the question. Is there a big enough audience to push it over $1 billion?
I'm going to see your point here because I had
remember who we're talking about now.
Yeah. I have when I saw the Odyssey now with Wayne T. Carr a few weeks back, when I went to the show, most of the people, the demographics were mostly older folk. So like Gen Zers, not much, if not any. So I get your point. So I think that's why Nolan decided to cast Tom Holland and Zendaya, because they are of that generation. So telling the story to try to appease all the ages, I think he can put it. Diva says here 1.2. You know what? I'll agree with you, Divas. I say 1.2 instead of 1. Yeah. What if it? I'd say it makes more than 1.2. That's the goal. 1.2.
He said, "Sell the Odyssey as a fantasy epic."
I think that's what he's going to do. He's gonna.
Okay.
That's why 2.5 million. Dude, remember, there's a Cyclops. He's got to make a Cyclops. So like, it's gonna be crazy, dude. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm definitely excited for this movie, man.
Yeah.
Who else here? Oh, what's this here? By the way, the Gen Z is familiar with the Odyssey because of the musical adaptation that made waves on social media. There was a musical, really?
Oh, I didn't
I
know
did
that.
not know that. Yeah, Dennis,
Mhm.
you're in the drop, dude.
But see, this is yeah. This is the before you drop that. This is the type of stuff that. Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
I'm glad.
This
Yeah,
is
me
this
too.
is what worries. This is what worries us old fogies like me. You guys' history is being our history, world history is being sort of. It doesn't really matter how old it is. Okay, it shouldn't matter how old it is. These are things that you need to know. These are things that you need to know where you come from, no matter what it is. You need to know that place. Okay, it's how you endeavor to make a better future for yourselves. If you don't know that, and if that's trying to be erased or changed, then the future generations, your kids, your kids, all of them, they're gonna be what they call listless. There's gonna be no future. So, yeah, I'm glad that he said that you guys are at least, even if it's a musical adaptation, read the books, read Homer, read that stuff.
And even if you go see the play, Like I saw the play with Wayne, and you know what? Now that Dennis mentioned that, also, Ralph Fiennes also did the Odyssey, but it's called The Return. That came on theaters. I should be in streaming now. So yeah, the Odyssey is being talked around. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Epic.
All right. So Dennis, I hear out of a Here audition. John Kerr. Okay, this is one. So I had to read it in high school and college. Am I too old? No, because I had to read it in high school too, and it was my favorite. This was my favorite story. The one I'm glad I didn't read, thank God, because I didn't want to read Don Quixote. It was too complex. That's the one book I'm grateful that I was able to skip. What else we got? After Gunn releases his Brokeback Superman, Snyder will return to direct Man of Steel 2 to rebalance the universe and claim his rightful place as DC's Jesus.
Well,
wow,
we hope so, man.
those are who's Nate memes. He's you're new too.
Nate's
yeah,
new.
He's new here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are powerful words. I like that.